So this week we went over uh, final and constant variables, if-then statements, Boolean values, and null values in our Flutter crash course. Um, so I went back to my USGS parser app. And so what this one does is it pulls data from USGS REST services related to water quality. They have monitoring stations that provide real-time data for flow and gauge heights. And so what I've set up here so far is a REST service call to populate stations within this coordinate range. And so I'll start out with the if-then statement that I've used to do that. So there's a method here called onGeoChange or function, and if the zoom position is at level 11 or greater, then it logs the focal point coordinates and then uses those to calculate ranges that will be plugged into that REST service web call. And that's a URL that's constructed below, and those are the coordinates plugged into it. Um, and that's important because the REST service only allows a certain amount of data to be pulled at a time. And so um, confining it to a certain zoom level helps ensure that it doesn't overwhelm the REST service and come up with no results. So that's the if then example. We also went over with final and constant constructors. So one example of this here is for when you open the app, the focal point is set to a final value, and that's a coordinate value. And now in order to build this coordinate value, we use this the lat long class here, which prefers that constant containing class um, declared before it. So we have the final variable, which is underscore center, and then we use this lat long class here to build those coordinates using the constant container. Um, and I believe that covers what we went over. As far as progress for this application, I'm working on adding this or populating this graph with the values for flow and gauge height. But I've got this kind of elevated card here, and the title here changes depending on the station marker that's selected. There's a lot of formatting that I have to sort out here, but I'm making progress.